All right, so it is about that time of year again when the snow starts hitting, and so I figured I'd release a snowboarding video. But we hit the Midwest to do some snowboarding. We originally thought Rocky birthday. Yeah, I don't really know what to call this snowboard trip because we went to a couple different places. It's gonna be a snowboard weekend. We, again, have a hard time getting a bunch of people together to go do something, so it was a real short one. It was just a weekend trip. But this time I got Andy and Nick, my buddy Nick. So you're finally gonna meet the infamous Nick who put the dent in the side of the van.
Barely brushed up against the pole.
Originally we wanted to go to Boynton, Michigan, which I think is like 8 hours away. Maybe 5, maybe 8, I can't remember. Maybe we could put a graphic up to help me here. But it was supposed to be like -13 in the night, and during the day it was supposed to be down at like 5 degrees, 10 degrees. So it would have been really cold snowboarding, probably a lot of ice. I wanted to go, Nick wanted to go, but Andy was being a little baby. He was like, oh, it's my first time back this season, and I haven't snowboarded in 2 years, I'm way out of shape, and it's gonna be cold, and I don't wanna go out there. So we ended up going a place that's pretty close. It's called Mad River Mountain, and then we also thought, okay, let's go to Mad River one day, and then we'll shift on back into Indiana to go to Perfect North. Neither of the places are that exciting. They're just kind of the closest places we have to Indianapolis that are decently fun. And we thought, okay, we'll go to Mad River, and then when we go to Perfect North, Alex and Joe, my old roommates, could meet us up there. Nick lives in Cincinnati, so he had to drive up here. Is it up? Okay. He had to drive up here and leave his car in Indianapolis while we took off, and the idea was to have Alex and Joe take his car and meet us at Perfect North, because that's like really close to Cincinnati. So we bit the bullet and decided to go to these local places and see how the van did in the cold weather with 3 dudes. And this is how it went.
How we doing?
You're good to go.
Awesome.
What are you doing? You're gonna escape. Stay. Hopefully I didn't bring too many snacks. Did you shush? Can you let us in? This is where Andy lives.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. We should call him because he's got his keys. This isn't it. That's Andy. This is Joe. What are you doing up, Joe? We can bring all the Fast and Furious movies.
Don't tempt me. That's like the best day ever.
These have been through some shit. Like, literal shit.
You got something stuck to you too.
It might be shit.
Could be another foot.
Oh, no, it's not shit. Is it shit?
And we're filming. Probably not. Are you filming?
This is the cool thing about having Nick. He always films.
Got a lot of fun to be sleeping tonight.
I'm gonna give you a list of stuff I need. Snow pants, gloves, hat, everything else. Money,
socks,
money to go.
Underwear.
Money to go.
Van life, spelled with a Y. He's an outdoor cat now. He's tough as shit. One of his favorite things to do is smear my face when I get in the van and then bite the fuck out of my chin while I'm driving. He's looking at you like, who are you? So once we got Andy, we drove out to Ohio to Mad River Resort Park, Mountain Hill, and I didn't film any of that driving. I was too busy catching up with Nick because I hadn't seen him in a while. And so we're there. Someone died. You can get that footage there.
People come from miles around to look at these. People are staring at us.
Yeah.
Why are you staring at us?
Because we got a big van and a camera.
You get your headlights on too.
So we're parking in the ski resort driveway.
Driveway.
And I keep calling it a resort. It would be called that.
This is level or
Your end's higher than Nick's end. But if your heads go that way.
More blood to the head, better dreams.
Better dreams.
Where is it?
Better ingredients.
Proper ponds. It was cool for us to stay there. I'm not sure if we asked. I think we did. And they were like, yeah, people do it all the time. You gotta get a photo of Tired Face over here. What? Alright.
Alright, all the animals ate. Can we eat now?
Right. So we just parked in the lot and set up. And that was the first time we got to try out Andy's hammock contraption because I had just installed it. Because it was going to be so cold at night, he had to use an underquilt and things like that.
If your feet are here, has this not been Has this not been tried out before?
We had him sit in it. It was over here. What's it supposed to be tonight? 20? No, that's at least in the teens. Now, snowboarding in the Midwest isn't the greatest. I mean, Michigan's pretty cool. There's some decent spots in Wisconsin and like West Virginia, which really isn't considered the Midwest. Is it considered the Midwest? West Virginia? It's like the in-between. Indiana is pretty flat. There, we don't have mountains, we have hills. And then when it does snow, it hits really quick. And then it gets warm again and it all turns to ice and then it melts. So it's not like going out west or something like that, which is something we do. We usually go out west at least once a year, but that's really pricey, so we try to save it toward the end of the season. So we woke up the next morning and the parking lot was filled again. It was overcast and it was still calling for some like drizzling. He's fast, he's crazy. He's crazy fast. I let Rocky out right off the bat. It was kind of nice being able to just walk across from the parking lot to this big open wooded area where he could go fart around. But it was really cold, so he was out there for a little bit and wanted to head back in. And I'm looking down because he's right there. And then, oh yeah, I keep my snowboard gear over the summer when it's not snowboarding season at my mom's place. And it is. I was like, what is that smell? And I couldn't figure it out, and then I realized my pants smell like cat pee. Her cat's peed on the bag.
Or cat peed on your pants?
Smell like it. Is it? So I was that cool cat pee pants kid. We suited up, bundled up real warm, and the second we got out there, it was like raining.
Smell like feet. You smell like feet.
Nothing exciting, and it turns out we're pretty shit at filming while we snowboard. Nick had fun with shoving the camera back and forth into his face. We got a lot of footage of us on the lift. But it came to a point where we were like, we're so wet and cold, let's take a break. We hit the lodge, I think we ate a little bit, and then we were like, nah, let's just wait this out in the van.
A little wet because it's doing not 18 inches of snow, but instead like 4 inches of rain.
So they called for 18 inches snowpocalypse, but it's all freezing rain. A little slick. As you can see, the snowboard's nothing but ice. We talk about it a little bit. The audio quality is really bad. It was super windy that day. The hope is that it's gonna get colder. That's the day we're so, sit down. Sit, 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 sit. We get back in the van. I didn't film any of that again, but we played some Red Dead Redemption on my Xbox and then warmed up. And then about 2.5 hours later, 3 hours later, the rain had turned into snow.
Oh, it's snowing.
It was raining, now it's snowing.
The snow gods have answered our prayers.
But it's
now
also
we're getting
blowing.
The white magical dust falling from the sky.
Filming at night with GoPros always kind of looks like shit, but we did it anyways. we had some fun carving around, farting around, and Nick filmed this dude on the lift, and I don't think he spoke much English. It was a 4-person lift, and there was 3 of us, and this dude hopped on like last minute, and Nick tried to talk to him because Nick tries to talk to everybody.
What's going on, brother?
And he was just like, yeah. But we were having fun, like hitting the little berms and banks and little lips on the snow hills, trying to do like backside 360s and silly stuff like that.
Classic, guys.
We were just eating shit the whole time. It was a lot of ice. Nick ate it shit more than I did, but. Where's Archer? I just felt that slither behind my back.
So all in all, how was the day's shesh? Szechuan chicken.
So, we just got back to the van, and as you can see, Rocky's super excited to see us. And Archer's very curious as to why he hasn't been let out.
How was the fried food?
It's pretty good. I liked it.
Heavy.
It was heavy?
I liked it. I dug it.
What kind of sauces did we have?
That was some heavy fried
Ketchup,
food
honey
with
mustard.
I think we had all the sauces.
assortment.
Some horseradish really would have set it off.
That'd have been good. Wish I should have been fire on that broccoli or cauliflower.
Got a whole nother day ahead of us.
It'll be drier. No snow tomorrow.
It keeps foggy.
It's colder.
After a day of snowboarding in the rain / sleet, then snow, our gear got fairly soaked. So we've got some soggy stuff. And what we're doing to dry it off, since we can't just like run the furnace and we don't have a dryer or anything to really clean or dry our clothes off, and plus when we were in the lodge they had a fire. That's not running anymore either. So what we're gonna do, or what we've been doing, kicking the van on for a little bit, running the heat, and putting these things on the vents, and it's been doing the trick. Wakes up the whole house.
Jumping some footage, chilling with the dog.
Van life, then. He's making Ben's traveling.
That's right. We're on the come up. We go where the snow.
Nick and I just hung out in the van, dumping footage, warming up, and Andy went to the bar, and when he came back, he might have been a little tipsy, a little drunk there, and kept fucking with Archer and Rocky, which he's really good at pissing him off. You're like, dude, you lost it. Should I bite you or something?
Stop licking me so much, I won't lick you back.
So, Andy,
Yes.
can you tell us about some of these snow conditions?
Well, it's very violent out there right now. We have sideways blowing. We have cementos crunch, and we have 3 to 5 inches of snow coming.
Oh man, is he? Oh, now he's mad because he got embarrassed.
You're a rude ass cat. Look at your butt cheeks. Yeah, you like that? You hate that. Alright, so here we are. We're Hammock Town right now.
Did you get your diaper on?
My diaper's on.
Okay.
Got my liner in my bag.
So then you would have to redo all that.
See, the hood's important. You gotta wear the hood. Because it keeps everything contained.
Plus, it gives you the dreams of Star Wars. Of being a Jedi.
It's a separate thing. Tell me,
Uh-oh.
yeah, you hate me.
Oh man.
It pissed you off. These are the Atlas straps.
His face is so angry right now.
I bet. But he's comfy. He likes to sway. He likes the hammock time.
The man on the bed was young, not even out of his teenage years.
We started to listen to the podcast lore before we went to bed as a little like good night story type thing, which continued on into our other snowboard trips.
Who had lost his
It's time to
brother
listen to
Philip
lore
just a year
and
before.
go Betty bye
Vern represented hope.
and vape it.
Vern exhaled a long
Next morning we woke up and it was cold. It had got down to like -degrees that night, and everything froze. Like the windshield was frozen, all the windows on the side doors were frozen. I kicked the van on and like little bits of snow come spurting out. My water was frozen, of course, and it was just bitter. So we just kind of scraped all the snow off, bundled up, and we started to head back to Indiana. It's 6 degrees out, I think. It was like 2 this morning, so it's pretty cold. You can see we're getting gas now, but that's all ice. I guess Job had gone out drinking a little too much the night before and bailed. Luckily, Alex was still able to come and meet us out there.
How's the ride, bud?
It's alright. I almost got hit though right when I left Indy.
Thank God you didn't.
Not that cold. Here, dog.
Alex is Andy's brother, actually. So, fun little fact there. The snow wasn't wet. It was actually pretty dry, and it wasn't too icy.
Watch this 360.
There had been some fresh snow that went down that night. They might have made some as well. So that was a lot more fun than the previous day. We're snowboarding on the hill. I don't really know how to like make that cool. It was just filmed it very terribly.
More hairs than boogers. Hey. Oh, brother, man.
We kept like aiming too high or too low, and I feel like we were on
that super view mode on the GoPros, but maybe we were on wide.
maybe even
like narrow, I'm not sure.
But we just like could not keep each other in frame. We only filmed so much of it before our camera batteries died. When it's cold, the batteries don't want to hold their charge as long, so we didn't really get to film ourselves doing any cool freestyle tricks at the freestyle course. Yeah, rad. We just filmed ourselves going down some hills, and then eventually we called it.
Back.
Alex had to pass over his car. Nick had to pack up.
Okay, say your byes.
Bye. We loaded up into the van, said our goodbyes, and headed back to Indy.
We made it back. I went and dropped Andy off. Alex, I dropped off at his car. And then I went and showered at Andy's place because all my water is still frozen. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I gotta get up in the morning to go to a preliminary meeting for a meeting and then do a pitch. It's a mess in here, so, but yeah, I'm going to bed. Till next time.
This was like a real quick, short trip, not that exciting. I guess it shows what it's like staying in the van with some people in the winter, but it's a precursor to our snowboard trip heading out west. Oh man, my hair. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it. We went snowboarding and we had fun, and it could have been better conditions, but that was it. Cool, dude. Cool, dude. And I think archers might try to start escaping here in a second, so keep your eyes on them. That's it. We snowboarded, and there you go. Now you have it. The cool snowboard trip is the one we went to Utah, so stay tuned for that. Fixed. God damn it! It's annoying me. And yeah, like, subscribe, share. Tell me about your snowboard trips, where you like to go snowboarding. Maybe we'll go there this year, because that's why I'm sharing this, because we're gonna go on snowboard trips coming up in the next few weeks, months maybe, depending on the weather, and film some new stuff, and we wanna hit new places, so let me know. Till next time. Oh, and this is a different setup. Look. Backlight. Cool. Standing. Talking. Hoodie. It's cold. Alright.